Hey traders, let's do a market update closing out the week here. The bell's going to ring in 5 minutes. So it's important to keep an eye on your daily closes, right? And then, of course, weekly and monthly closes. So finishing out the week here, there were some pretty big levels that we were looking at in FX. And let's just run through a top down real quick. Here's the dollar index, all right? Um, dollar index, more than likely, we're going to get a long-term higher low again, right in this area. So, the dollar index is made up of a lot of the euro. So that's going to really depend on whether the euro fails around pi also, which is kind of the 110, 111 area. I'll get to that in a second. So, nothing spectacular here as far as any major bottoming tail, etc. But I will say that overall, there are some other pairs where the dollar looks a lot better this week, and it looks like it held some big picture levels. So, for example, if we look at dollar yen, take the signals off. We went over this in the room today. Okay, here's our wall up. Last year, big move off the lows after you basically bottomed here in front of pi, right? Triple bottom, or if you want to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lows right in front of pi. Again, these are areas, so we don't get level specific like that when you're talking about big picture moves. I mean, this is a big move up, this is a big move down, this is a big move up, this is a decent move down. But anyhow, we retraced half of this move or half of this wall. I teach my traders this wall concept. So we were looking for us to hold this area big picture. And looks like this week and last, we finally got that. So when we go to the daily level, we can see that in dollar yen. There was a nice convergence here of pi and the 200. Whoa. Pi, 200, boom. So I think this is going to be your higher low. Now you're not quite out of the woods yet. You have this downtrend line that's going to come into play. You also have the bands here that the market tagged this week. But if we get above this resistance, okay, and we start to gain traction above these bands, this is going to start to look like it's turning up for the long term again. Very similar to what happened here. Okay, and then you got the move. So I'm thinking more yen weakness, okay, longer term, big picture. We'll come back to the yen when we look at pound yen. I want to go over cable first. Sterling. So this has been a good call by us. Let me take these drawings off. Essentially, we were following this range. This is a 2 standard deviation range here. The bottom of the range was in front of 120. 126, 127 was the top of their big picture range. And everyone was bearish. If you look at the futures and options positioning, very, very crowded. Okay, massive amounts of short positions. And we talked about it here in the room, but this was a long-term bear market. This is a 2-3 year bear market. And would you guys say, for those of you that don't know, would you say that this is the beginning of the move here? This real money candle? My traders know what that is. Is that the beginning of the move or closer to the end of the move? If this is the beginning of your move, if this is the beginning of your move up here at pi, this is not a breakout igniting type of scenario that, this was most likely exhaustion. And that was what our call was. You had this bottoming tail. If you bracket that, you can see that this is a support zone. There were buyers every time the market got into this zone. All right, so there was a lot of calls for parity. I didn't think that was the case. I thought the market had a good chance of holding down here. The only thing left that we needed to do was break above these highs, and that's what we did. this week, and for sure we're getting a close this week. So I am long-term bullish now, cable. I was last week. I even was bullish and more constructive back here in front of 120. But I'm saying that as far as the model goes, technically, this is a breakout. I think you're going to see pi here on sterling, this 131 area. We doubled our position yesterday, took some profit this morning, and we're going to let this run. Maybe you go to 131, maybe you go all the way back to 135 in these highs. But this is all bullish, getting above here. Boom. Getting above these lower highs, that changes the TMS in our model, which is our trend following system. All right. So that's a big picture weekly change. Again, I showed the weekly. That was the first week was right here. Just trying to push through, and now we're definitely getting a weekly close. So that's a big picture weekly close that matters longer term, okay? You can see there's lots of room here in the weekly to get back to the bands again, that 134, 135 level. So I'll be a better buyer there next week. And so if we have cable that we're bullish on, and we said dollar yen looks to have held, so the yen can weaken, it's no surprise that we should be bullish on pound yen. And this was just a massive move. You had a nice strong week last week, followed by another breakout week. So I think you can go to 148, 149, 150 here on Dragon. I mean, this is your wall up. We held it halfway. I'll draw it again. This is your wall up. About halfway is your zone. You held that twice. You took out the swing line, as we call it here. That was bullish. All right, we've been playing it that way accordingly. And then let's just touch on two more. I like, although dollar Swissy has not really gone anywhere as far as it's not breaking out like the last couple pairs we looked at, you're probably going to get, we bought today, pretty much signaled buy on the lows. I took half off. We had a nice bounce there intraday. But overall, guys, you're probably going to get an inverse head and shoulders here. That's what it's looking like. Left shoulder, inverse head. All right, this is your right shoulder. Right in the pie here. So nice bottoming tail. I like this. Now all we need to do is clear these highs, and you're going to have a nice confirmation of a new intermediate term uptrend potentially. Get this. See how the 8 was down and then it curled up? That's what we need to see now. Okay. Oops. Let me erase here. We want to see. You're going to see this 8 turn for up. You want to get the price, the candle. We want to see a blue candle like this next week. All right. Then it's going to look like this. You know what I mean? All right. And then lastly, I'm covering a lot of currencies. I guess I don't really have time to get into stocks. Maybe we'll do that Sunday night. Stocks, bonds, gold, oil. Lastly, dollar CAD. Another big picture, important weekly close. It's pretty clear to me. I mean, we've just been marching, grinding slowly higher here. Lots of higher lows. Just chilling along the bands. I mean, but what really matters is that we took out this high here on the weekly level. All right, guys, you got the there. Can you see it better? Boom. You know, that's just bullish. So I like that. I like that close. I doubled my position today. Doubled my core long position. Signaled that in the room. So we'll see if tomorrow brings more of the same. I was already long coming in this week and just added to it. All right, guys, good stuff this week. Hey, listen, our full access team, we had our first losing day yesterday in probably 2 weeks, and we came back today and just nailed it. I did a trades of the day episode. We traded euro, New Zealand dollar, pound, cable, and oil just beautifully today. And this is kind of what that looked like. So here's our active trader room. We're going to be moving over to a platform called Symphony, which is a professional platform that actually was built for the financial industry. So Slack will be going away. I guess guys can show you a couple things on that real quick. But here's this morning. Came in, took a little bit of profit on dollar peso. That actually reversed towards the end of the day. I might buy some more Sunday. Oil, this is I was talking about. I went over that in trades of the day. You can check that video out. We'll send out a little bit later. I was signaling buy there, 15-minute all time stamped. Here was our entry. Oh, I was coming out of some cable. All right. I said taking some half off after we doubled our core long yesterday. That's all time stamped. Here was us entering euro New Zealand dollar this morning in the London session. 4:10 in the morning. Cable. What were we doing here in cable? Oh, we were buying the dip. Again, this was trading London. And then, guys, look at this move. Just exploded here. This is like 40, 50 pips. That was a great trade today. You can see it's 505. This is me taking profits. I'm putting that in the active trader room, even though we're trading live in the our live room. But this is just for those that just get the real-time alerts. This is me signaling dollar Swissy, buying 1 million, pretty much bought the low. You can see that ended up bouncing, had a nice bounce. That was a good call today. So made some money there, 2,500 bucks. This is me doubling my CAD position. Talking about sterling, we had a nice day there. All right, guys. So listen, come join us. Go to jenkinsrm.com, and I put out anybody that joins and signs up for the full access team, joins the team by Monday. I'm going to throw in the options training course that I did. It's an $800 value. I teach some things on the model and how I trade the options around the model. The call ratio back spreads strategy I teach in there, which is one of the best low risk, infinity upside in theory, but it's just one of the best options strategies there are, and pretty much no one teaches it. So anyway, guys, if you sign up through the weekend by Monday, that's an $800 value. I'll give you that options training. All right, because I want to get some new people in before May starts. That said, guys. Oh, first for those of you that are on the team, well, here the site real quick, just so people know where to go. Jenkins Risk Management is my name of my company, but the website is jenkinsrm.com. JenkinsRM. There it is, jenkinsrm.com. All right, just go to. We have a chat room, but just services, full access. You can sign up for a trial there. All right, or just get in touch with us this weekend. I mean, we're around. Support at jenkinsrm.com. Okay, that's the best way to get in touch with us. Or you can come into our chat room. Okay, but we'd love to get you on the team or let you know how to join by Monday. Now, for those of you that are already on the team, we're switching over to Slack, or from Slack to Symphony. So real quick, some lady sent me a webinar and I jumped on there. They were just walking people through the benefits of Symphony, and they have a bunch of big banks on there. But guys, I want you to know this platform, Slack wasn't built for finance, right? It's just an open platform. They don't want to keep it. They like everybody's email out there. That's just not secure. Our business is pretty highly regulated. So these guys are leading the way in the fintech revolution. All right, which is a big thing, blockchain, etc. These guys are basically has a Bloomberg feel. All right, so secure and compliant, persistent chat, messaging, increased productivity, seamless collaboration, blah blah blah. Look at these guys are good. I mean, they have 165,000 users, 18 financial services firms. All right, a lot of buy side people. So this is the right place to be, guys. This is the desktop. All right, you can bring up multiple chats. It's very similar to Bloomberg. So guys, play with the settings here, and then let's get everybody moved over for Monday. All right. All right, guys, great stuff this week. Some of you are absolutely killing it. I mean, again, we just had one sluggish day yesterday, and we made up for it today. And again, that's probably our first losing day in almost 3 weeks. So that's good stuff. More to come. We'll see if this big picture, if these macro plays play out. We'll check the markets Sunday. And if I don't talk to you guys, have a great weekend.